Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Of course, as usual, that depends with the time that you'll be watching this video. My name is Nairobi Teacher, and this is a reaction channel. And today we are reacting while walking. Reacting. Okay. Hi, guys. So, I've decided to take a look at the environment today while I do this reaction video, and also get the opportunity to show you the things that I basically show you every single day. Like, for those people that have been on this channel for quite some time, you know very well I have been showing you this route very many times. But again, we have new subscribers who have just joined the channel. Welcome to my village. Okay, and by the way, the biggest difference between my road here and the other places is that you can see here, this road, no matter how hard the rain falls, it will never be muddy. Never ever be muddy. But as of the moment, it has been, I think, a week before the last time that I think the last time we experienced rain is about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. So it hasn't happened now until I think next month, which is it will be basically March. That is when we will start experiencing quite a very good number of rainy days. And yes, you can see the farms are empty. You can't plant anything right now, especially if you don't have any source of water. But well, yesterday I was doing a reaction video, and while I was doing a reaction video, unfortunately the video ended. I know some people wondered, why has this video ended abruptly? It is because not because of the bots. I know I had sparked some conversations and somebody thought it's because of the bots. That is the reason why the video ended abruptly, but not really. It wasn't because of the bots. The reason why the video ended abruptly was because of my phone was overheating. And then the first time, and then the second time, we lost electricity. And when we lose electricity, we lose internet connection. So the last time it was internet, and it disappeared, came back 3 hours later. And even after it came back, it was coming 3 minutes, 5 minutes gone, 10 minutes coming, so I couldn't even restart the live stream because it could have been useless. Otherwise, yes, guys, welcome. Oh, this farm is filled with potatoes, pure potatoes, entirely potatoes. So we are on the hunt. And what are we hunting, if you might wonder? Of course, we are hunting for a wife for Mr. Ogutu. So the last video that Maro did, or rather the video that I was reacting on, was the video of Marwa practically embarrassing a lady and telling her she should have come with an appointment before, which I don't think if there is anything wrong with that, basically coming with that appointment, whatever. But it is the way that he approached her, the way that he told her to come with an appointment, that is what was disappointing on that video. Okay, so like I had said earlier, the main reason why that lady was kicked out, it was not because she couldn't come with an appointment. No, it was not her inability to come with an appointment, but rather the fact that she never had anything on her hands, and also the fact that Maro was unable to script that, because we know he scripts his content, finds good stories, scripts them, and after scripting them, he presents them, okay? And he has to make sure that the story is very appealing to the audience. Otherwise, even if you go there with just a normal, ordinary story, he will turn it, okay? In fact, he'll tell you, what about if we put this one here and we put that one here? What do you think about that? And then you'll be like, okay, fine, no problem. All right. So that is how Marwa comes up with his stories on his channel. That is in case there is somebody who is wondering why I am saying that. That is who Marwa is. That is what he does. Okay. Do you think Marwa would come with Uncle Ogutu's story just to help Uncle Ogutu? Huh? Do you think he can do that? Or rather, a better question. We all saw Uncle Mo, right? And Uncle Mo was never, ever, Marwa has never raised money online for his uncle called Uncle Mo, despite the fact that Uncle Mo had been living with Marwa. He was practically protecting Marwa when people tried to bully Marwa, because they're kind of age mates, yeah? They're kind of age, though I know somebody will say, Auntie, when did Uncle Mo ever protect Marwa from bullying when Marwa himself was the bully? You know, Marwa himself already told us that he was a very big bully. Okay, that one he practically told us himself that he was indeed a bully, and that is how his eye got injured because of trying to bully a kid, and then that kid fought back. Maro himself told us that. It is on public record. He said it himself, right? So Uncle Mo had a lot of problems, and it took one Michele Ponte from Italy. It took Michele Ponte from Italy to help Uncle Mo to construct his house. Otherwise, Uncle Mo's house could have been as stuck as the rest of the houses that began, and then they have been stuck like that. And then when Uncle Mo was being helped by Michele Ponte, because Michele Ponte highlighted Uncle Mo's issue, that brought a very big fight between Uncle Mo, Marwa, Davy Jr., and Mwango. How Uncle Mo and Davy Jr. were on the side of Michele Ponte. Marwa and Mwango were against Michele Ponte. And the reason why Michele Ponte and Marwa, Dean and Marwa were against Michele Ponte, it wasn't because of any other thing. It's basically because Michele Ponte had refused to marry Dee. Okay, because Marwa has tried and tried countless times. When Marwa was in Italy, he had raised to Michele Ponte the issue of the sister. Are you going to marry my sister and all that? And all this time, Michele Ponte's answer was still the same. No, I'm not looking forward to doing that. And that answer did not basically sit well with Marwa. So even when they were doing whatever they were doing, they knew Michele Ponte is not going to marry Dee. They are using each other for content. You know, for Dee, she would have been happy if they use each other for content, and also she also uses that opportunity to get an Italian passport, something that Michele Ponte had already known and had already turned it down. I mean, he had refused that advance moves that Dee was making. Okay, and that is why they got mad with him. But goodness gracious. But in this instance, for example, if Michele Ponte could have accepted to marry D, and then he contributed money for Uncle Mo, they could have accepted it very easily, because one of their arguments, one of Marwa's biggest argument and Dimwango's biggest, actually Dimwango was the one who was the loudest, like, okay, that girl's talk, man, and she's very loud in the room, okay, and she could really talk. So one of her biggest arguments was that, how can you, an outsider, come to our family and then start raising funds as if we, the people who live here, can't, as if we can't do it? What do you want to show the world? Like, you want to show the world that we as a family, we have failed, and then you've come here, you now want to show that you have come to rescue our family. So that is one of their biggest, biggest argument. And when you look at things, when even Uncle Mo was being helped, you know, what Michele Ponte just had highlighted was the windows, and said, you know what, these windows do not look really cool. What I need to do is I need to fix the windows, and after fixing them, I'll see what I can do, if we can get this house to the lintel or something, okay? And if there is anybody who is out there and is willing to help Uncle Mo, because this house looks like it's been stolen for quite some time, you can help. That was all. And by the way, people came through for Uncle Mo, like really, people came through, and that got them so mad. Okay, now why was Marwa had even come out and said, I have helped Uncle Mo for a very, very long time. I have been the one who gave even the first money to buy the matofali. These blocks are called matofali. So he said, I'm the one who gave the first money to buy these blocks that began this house, and now somebody is just coming, trying to show like this family has abandoned one of their own and not helping. And by the way, even after that, Marwa never helped Michele Ponte, and I mean Uncle Mo, okay? Even after kicking out Michele Ponte, Marwa and D never helped their uncle. It is Davy Jr. who stood with the uncle after Michele Ponte opened a YouTube channel for Uncle Mo. It is basically Michele Ponte Davy Jr. who stood with the uncle from the beginning to the end, constructing that house. Until the house was finished, the construction of the house finished. It was all because of Davy Jr. So if there is anybody who is supposed to be talking about the family and basically appreciating, it is definitely not Marwa. It is Davy Jr. who is supposed to be doing that, because he practically raised over 3 million or 4 million, somewhere between there, to raise the family, to raise that house from where it was stuck to where it got. It was all Davy Jr.'s efforts, and also Uncle Mo himself through his YouTube channel that he had just created. Okay, now why did Maro refuse to help his uncle? The uncle did not have an appealing story. The story was not touchy enough, and there is no way he could have fixed that story, because Uncle Mo's story was already out there as somebody who has been living with the Marwas. I mean, like, Marwa's mother practically took care of Uncle Mo the same way he raised Marwa. So there is nothing that was already hidden. There is no any different story that could have come up. So there is no any different that has already been hidden that could come out and then make their story look interesting. There wasn't. So basically, it is the original story that was already in existence, and there is no way they could have twisted the story, not even for a minute. So it was difficult for Marwa to present that story differently than what was already there. But now for Uncle Ogutu, it is very easy. For Uncle Ogutu, it is very easy, because now nobody knew about Uncle Ogutu's existence, leave alone Uncle Ogutu's story, until Marwa came along. So when he practically came along, that is when now his story got out. Okay, when he came along, that is when his story got out. And when the story got out, Maro, of course, had twisted that story to suit the narrative that he wanted to present to the media, so that they look the story on his own angle. Okay, so what he did was present the story, make the story to look as effective as possible, and suit his narrative. And that is why, oh guys, he was arrested. And probably even that story is a bogus story. Who knows? It could have been a fake story. And all this story, you know, Marwa usually cultivates people's mind beforehand. Okay, he cultivates people's story beforehand. Before he does something, he already cultivates you in your mind. You already know that he's going to do this. So basically what he does is that or maybe probably what he did, of which I highly suspect that is something that he had already done. He had already cultivated people's mind and already showed people, or rather already told people, my uncle was arrested 9 years for attempted murder. Okay, he was arrested for 9 years for attempted manslaughter. They said attempted manslaughter. How do you first determine that a case is murder or manslaughter? How? And how did they know that it's attempted manslaughter? Because the person had already not been slaughtered. Don't you all look into that story and see that there is a lot of fishiness going on there? Because basically for me, there is a lot of fishiness in that entire story. There is a lot of fishiness. Okay, for you to know that somebody has committed murder, I hope YouTube will not refuse to monetize this video because of me continuously saying the word MAUMURED. Okay, and manslaughter. Okay, manslaughter is okay. YouTube does not sensitize that one, but it does sensitize murder. So I really hope that I really suspect, because for you to be convicted of murder, you have to have murdered somebody. For you to be convicted of manslaughter, it is still the same thing. You need to have killed somebody, and it has been proven in court that it was not your intention. It was not your intention to kill somebody. It is only the courts that can determine that. It is not a person from the bush somewhere who determines that. Okay, do you read me? Do you understand me? It is not somebody who just determines that. That one has to be determined by the court. So how was the uncle convicted of attempted manslaughter? How did they know it was manslaughter? How was it proven that it is manslaughter? Have you, in fact, let me ask a proper question. Has any of you ever in your entire life had somebody, or had anywhere on TV or anywhere, that somebody has been convicted of attempted manslaughter? Because personally for me, I don't think if I have. I've never heard of somebody who has been convicted of manslaughter or attempted manslaughter or anything like that. I've never. That has never ever happened. This is the first time. It is the first time I'm seeing something like that. So in case you have ever read something like that, please let me know. Anyway, I'll be ending this video here right now at the moment, and then I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Sorry, I had to restart this so that I can continue with this conversation without any interference. Then the other video, I think I'll play the next 10 minutes because it has nothing to do with the reaction. So Marwa, as we all know him, for those people that have at least studied Marwa, they've been observing him, and those ones that have been reacting for him, you know, one thing about reactors is that they do behavioral analysis. We do analyze somebody's behaviors, and when we analyze somebody's behavior, that is when we are able to come up with our reaction videos. It's because there is a pattern in these behaviors that we usually look at before we come out with the videos that we come out with. We analyze these patterns, we analyze these behaviors, and that is why I'm telling you all. Maro knew about Uncle Ogutu very well, and Marwa knew that this guy has a very wonderful story, and he has been trying. You see what Marwa does in most of his videos. Now, for those people that when I'm talking about behavioral analysis, yeah, Marwa has been introducing his uncle to the audience slowly. You understand? He comes, oh, Uncle Gutu is manning our gate, and then he leaves. You see, you as a viewer, you will be seeing, oh, this is Marwa's uncle who is manning the gate. Then he comes, oh, this is my uncle Ogutu. By the way, he drinks alcohol, okay? And then you're like, oh, this is Marwa's uncle. Maro is very open-minded person. He's employed his uncle. He says his uncle is an alcoholic individual. Oh, guys, this is my uncle. I'm giving him 2,000 Kenyan shillings. I want him to feel good. I want him to feel nice. Oh, Marwa is taking good care of his uncle. You see, as a viewer, somebody is getting used to Uncle Ogutu. So he is introducing Uncle Ogutu while making you feel some sort of attachment to Uncle Ogutu, so that by the time Marwa will come out and ask you for anything for Uncle Ogutu, of course you will feel Uncle Ogutu is part of the family. Okay, and then when you even look at the last video that Marwa did, I'm sorry, today I'm not going to play any receipts for you all, and the reason why I'm not going to play receipts for any of you all, it's because I'm not at home. I'm very far. I'm in the farm. I'm doing this reaction video while in the farm. I'll be showing you the progress of the vegetables as we continue. As I finish this reaction, I'll show you the progress of the veggies. For those ones that have been following the progress of our veggies, I'll be showing you that also, okay? Because we have some people that have been following the progress of the veggies. So back to Uncle Ogutu and Marwa. Marwa has been introducing this uncle on camera very slowly, as he makes sure that people are now getting used to this so-called Uncle Ogutu. Okay, and then when you get used to this Uncle Ogutu, he becomes like part of the YouTube family. People will feel obliged to, of course, contribute for him, because now they have known almost everything about him. So for Maro to come out and tell the story of his uncle and how he even introduced the story, it was all strategic. It was all headed in one direction, the direction where money will be collected, the uncle's house will be constructed, and I bet you, I don't know why, but I still have a feeling Marwa might decide to do either of these things: purchase a piece of land using fundraisers for this uncle, or donate his piece of land, a very small piece of land from his land, to construct for his uncle. And the reason why Marwa is going to construct on his piece of land, it's because Marwa will come out with a strategy that, guys, you know what, I have decided, instead of constructing, instead of buying land for Uncle Ogutu, because buying land is very expensive, I have decided that we should just construct him. I'm going to give my piece of land so that we can construct for Uncle Ogutu a piece of land, I mean a house. Do you know where that house is going to be constructed? In Marwa's property. Okay, the house is going to be constructed, mark my words. Marwa, you see how he keeps on sliding and saying, guys, you know, I might as well decide to cut a piece of my property and donate it to my uncle so that my uncle can construct his house there. That is a strategy that Marwa is using to, of course, in the end, come up and tell people, I have seen that contribution, or people contributing money for my uncle's house, it's very expensive, purchasing property and then contributing for the house. So I have decided, me as Marwa, me as generous Marwa, I have decided to cut a piece of my property and give to my uncle. So you, as the subscriber, donate money so that we can construct a house for my uncle. Okay? And when you construct, this house is going to be constructed in Maro's property. Do you think that house is going to belong to Uncle Ogutu? No. That will be Marwa's house. How many times, you see, these Marwa subscribers are sometimes very, very gullible. Okay? How many times does Marwa keep on, oh, you see, his subscribers themselves, they've been telling Marwa, Marwa, please, don't make your workers live with you in that house. Don't make your workers live with you in your villa. Construct a house for your workers. Construct a house for your workers. Okay? The subscribers are the ones that have been saying this, telling Marwa every single day, construct a house for your workers. Your workers do not need to live with you. They need to live separate from you. Your workers needs to go away. They need to go away from you and all that. Like constantly, they've been telling Marwa that. And they think that Marwa is ignoring them. No, Marwa is not ignoring his subscribers. Marwa knows exactly what he's doing. You see that house that people will be contributing, thinking that they are now contributing for Uncle Ogutu. That is the house that will be constructed for the workers. Okay? That is the house that will be constructed for the workers. That is where the workers are going to be living. That is where the workers are going to be staying. So anybody who is thinking anything other than that, you are mistaken. Okay? But the interesting part is how this narrative of Uncle Ogutu was sold. The narrative, you see how Davy Jr. has been doing. Davy Jr. introduced those people in Nyamwini village, right? Oh, guys, look at this grandma, dancing grandma. Oh, guys, look at how she's cooking. And then, oh, guys, I'm going to greet grandma, dancing grandma. Guys, I'm going to greet dancing grandma. Guys, look at dancing grandma. Oh, guys, she's married to Mwita. That is another episode. She's married to Mwita. Oh, tomorrow. Oh, guys, they fought. Oh, guys, look at here. Oh, guys, look, I have brought $50 for them. Oh, guys, look, we have decided we are going to contribute a house for dancing grandma. And then, guys, contribute. Let's contribute money for dancing grandma. That is how they introduce people that they want to use on their channels. Okay? It is the same strategy that Davy Jr. was using to introduce dancing grandma to his audience, and eventually leading to contribution money towards the house, which has led Davy Jr. to purchase that Mercedes Benz that Davy Jr. had purchased. It is all because of dancing grandma. The views were coming there. He was making 6 to 5 videos every single day. Now, Marwa looked at it. You see, Marwa went to that. I know I will keep on mentioning these kids. Marwa went to those kids, to that family that they came to him, and they kind of wanted Marwa to help. And then Marwa was given 1,400 USD. And then Maro bought things for that girl. Marwa showed their bedroom, mattress and everything, where the grandma is sleeping, where the girl is sleeping and all that. Then Marwa gave us a very small story of how that family used to embarrass him while he was young. The mother used to call Mr. Ondari to punish him because he was not taking care of the animals properly. The animals were eating that mother's, crops and all that. So he gave a whole lot of story. And then he began with a story. This roof needs to be fixed. Guys, are you seeing any roof being fixed at the moment? No, there is no roof that is being fixed at the moment. Maro is fixing no roof. He abandoned that project. Why did Marwa abandon that project? It's because people began calling him out. Actually, his own subscribers began telling him, hey Marwa, how many times are we going to be doing this charity of you constructing for people houses? How many times are we going to be doing that? We thought you said that this year, which is 2026, no begging on your channel. That is what you promised your viewers, that 2026 is not a year that you're going to beg. So Marwan knew that if he decides now to use that strategy to come to his subscribers, they will not cooperate, because some of them have already made up their mind. They have already decided they're not going to be used. And they said, no, guys, no, we are not going to continue contributing money to these people. Okay? We are not. So Marwa read the room. Okay? You know, sometimes all you need to do is read the room. Just read the room. You read the room, you see, hey, this room, people are not accommodating me. People are not allowing me People are not allowing me to do what? To get the money that I want to get, because obviously what I need is to get money from these people. I'm apologizing, guys. I'm sorry for distracting. It is because I'm looking at the farm and I don't like what I'm seeing. No, I don't like what I'm seeing. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It looks like our vegetables are usually stolen from this farm, guys, because that person was bending over, and then when I stood up, she left. Yeah, she left. So I'm just asking myself, why did she leave if she wasn't doing anything wrong? Hey, our veggies are not safe. Oh my goodness. So that means when somebody is not here, that is what they usually do. Because if I'm here and I'm seeing this and it's just, I haven't even spent more than 2 hours here. So it means that the days that we don't come here, a lot happens. Anyway, let's continue with our video. So, when Marwa was introducing Uncle, when Marwa now shifted to now living, contributing for fixing the roof of that family, to now talking about his uncle and searching for his uncle a wife, it was all a strategy, because of course he knew that uncle will need a place to live. He knew very well that the uncle will need a place to live, and he also knew very well that the uncle, okay, that as much as the uncle will need a place to live, he will go and introduce that madhouse to people. And he knows very well that showing people that madhouse, it is not going to sit well with some of his subscribers. He knows it, but he still do it deliberately. He does it because it's part of the strategy, it's part of the script. He understands what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. It is called prepare. It is psychological preparation. He prepares his people for psychologically for what is about to happen next. You see, when he does this and he shows you that madhouse that he is gifting his uncle, what are you going to do next? What you're going to do is, you subscribers are going to suggest what he should do next. So the suggestion is not coming, the suggestion about upgrading the uncle's life is not going to come from him. You yourselves, you're going to argue among yourselves down there in the comment section, okay, and suggest, why can't you build your uncle a proper structure? And why am I saying, I'm saying this because I read that the day that Marwa did a video looking for Uncle Ogutu's wife, and then he went and showed Uncle Ogutu's house, the comment section was filled with people saying, Marwa, you have done so much for people, why can't you also construct for your uncle a house? Because you've done a lot for other people who are complete strangers. And mind you, mark my words, Marwa took those words right from his comment section, and he came and told the subscribers exactly that. Guys, I have been helping a lot of people here in this village. Some of them have been strangers, others have been neighbors, but I have never been able to assist any family member of my own with anything. He took those words right from his own comment section and gave the audience that have already accepted the uncle, because he already knew, he prepared them psychologically, and he already knew they are open for that because they are the ones who told him to do so. So he knows that they are ready for that. But the truth is, he had already, that is what he wanted. All he needed to do was prepare them psychologically and let them introduce that topic to the audience. And oh boy, Marwa did not disappoint. Okay, he did not disappoint. He did introduce that. And when the people came and then they began suggesting, yeah, why can't we help Uncle Ogutu? Maro was like, yeah, guys, by the way, we can do this. We can do this. I think this is the only project I'm going to do this year. Constructing for my own close family member a house. Okay? The truth is, Marwa knew about this. Marwa wanted this. Marwa was preparing people psychologically for this, and he knew he needed a project that is going to generate him a lot of money. Okay, what a better way to do it than to do 2 videos or 3 videos a day. He even said it himself, I am going to be doing at least 2 or 3 videos a day. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to work harder and produce as many videos as I can every single day. Now, do you think Marwa is going to be producing every single videos every single day, showing people, guys, this is the grass for my horses? As you can see, my horse, they need hay. We don't have enough hay. No, he's not going to be doing that every single day. No way he's going to do that. He is going to give people content that they'll be looking to watch. And what a better way than constructing a house? If you construct a house and you give people 2 videos a day, show them today this, and not today 1 video, guys, we are running to go and purchase cement and all that. You purchase that. Guys, big surprise. Michael N has contributed 50 bags of cement. That is another video. Guys, look at this mason. He is fired. The mason gets his own video and a firing video. Another video, guys, we are cooking for the workers. That is another video. 4 videos a single day. Constructing whose house? His uncle's house. Ask yourself, a donor contributes money. If Marwa indeed wants to help the uncle, a donor contributes money and says that, oh, Marwa, I want this money to go to your uncle. I want this money to go to your uncle. I'm sending you $300 and $50 is yours. $250 is your uncle. If you're somebody who wants to help your uncle, will you keep the 50? Or will you be like, guys, I have been sent $300, $250 for my uncle, $50 for myself. But because this mission is purely for my uncle, the 50 that I have been given, I am topping up with 50 more to make it 100. That is my contribution to my uncle. But no, guys, the 50 belongs to me. The $8 is for transaction fees. Maro. Is that a person who wants to really help the uncle, or somebody who wants to manipulate the uncle's situation into helping himself? We've always said this. Marwa is always about himself. He is not looking forward to help no uncle. No. He is helping himself. Marwa's interest is on himself. Anything contrary to that opinion is completely out of order and out of control. Maro doesn't care about the uncle. He cares about the story, the emotional story that the uncle is going to bring on the channel. And oh boy, he even said he is one day going to invite the uncle on the channel so that the uncle can come on the channel and give out the story about himself. Yeah, he said that. He is going to invite the uncle on the channel to give out the story about himself and how he was convicted of attempted murder, attempted manslaughter. And like I said, guys, for those people who are learned than me, yes, I'm learned. I'm not saying I'm not learned. I'm educated. But there's things that I probably don't know and you do know, because maybe that is not my department. I want you to make me understand, like I said earlier, make me understand at how attempted manslaughter you know, there is attempted murder, but attempted manslaughter. Okay, anyway, the thing is, Marwa wants the uncle. You see, before now that house is going to be constructed, the audience needs to be emotionally locked in properly. Maro needs to lock them in properly, the way that he's supposed to. And the better way for him to do is to bring now the uncle, because when the uncle comes in, he will pour out his heart, and the story will be more interesting than how Maro tells it himself. Okay, I bet he's not even bet. This is now me going back to the reaction video that I did yesterday, when I said that Marwa scripts his video. So this goes back to now the scripting of the videos. Marwa, by the time the uncle comes on that video, the uncle will have been scripted properly on what to say, how to act. And believe me, uncle is going to cry on that video. He needs to elicit as much emotions from Janet Harris as possible. Janet Harris needs to feel this story. She needs to get it deep, you know. The story needs to, it needs to provoke some emotions. And that is why the Marwa only himself telling the story, it is not going to serve the purpose. And the purpose is to get as much money as possible from you, not you, from the audience, from his own audience. And what a better way to do it other than making sure that the emotions and everything becomes raw and realistic. And this is the part where whenever I say that Marwa is smart, people say, no, auntie, he's not. He's smart, guys. Come on, give him credit. He's smart. Any person, or a person like Marwa, who is able to convince an audience of hundreds of thousands of shillings, that is not somebody who is dumb. That is somebody who is smart. But you can be smart. The only question is, where? Okay? Even the person that you think is very foolish or lame or doesn't even understand a thing, there is a place where you can take that person and they will outsmart every other person. So we can call that person smart. You see, being smart, the reason why people say that somebody is clever or is smart, it's because that person is able to figure out something that other people cannot be able to figure out. So even if you bring people who have scored D is one of the lowest grades, right? So you bring somebody who scores D, and then you take that person to a group of people who scores E. That person that scores D is smart among his or her peers. Do you get the concept? Or I think some people are getting, or they are understanding what I'm trying to, whatever I'm trying to say. Everybody is smart in their own way. Okay? It is just like the people that are watching these. They'll be like, hey, NT, I think you've analyzed that properly. So I think you are smart in your peers or something like that. So everybody is smart somewhere. I don't believe there is a foolish person on earth. I believe that at some point somebody is, there is a room that you can just take somebody and they'll be outsmarting every other person. Despite the fact that if you take that smart person to another room, he'll be the most foolish one. Anyway, you get the point. So, right now, we are looking forward to seeing Uncle Ogutu getting married. You see, the script is the same with the script that Davy Jr. went with. Marwa is so lazy to develop his own script that he has decided now to use Davy Jr.'s script, because we both know that Davy Jr. is the one who began with those Nyamwini shenanigans, brought people emotionally, made sure people have bought the story emotionally. And then after that, that is when Davy Jr. was like, okay, now that people have joined me emotionally into this story, what next? A wedding. This is what exactly Marwa is doing. He's following Davy Jr.'s blueprint. Now people are going to contribute money for Uncle Ogutu's house. No, first, they are going to wed in that madhouse. Okay, Uncle Ogutu is going to wed in that madhouse. The same thing that happened with Davy Jr. Davy Jr.'s script. People got married in a madhouse. Okay? And then after they got married in the madhouse, Davy Jr. began constructing for them a house. And then he made 5 videos a day, 6 videos a day. And then there was money that was contributed for dowry. Marwa has already begun asking for dowry. He is already asking the audience, guys, we need at least 6 or 5 cows to go and give to Uncle Ogutu's wife. So if there is any generous subscribers who wants to purchase, to help Uncle Ogutu purchase cows and goats to go and give as dowry, you are welcomed. Please help us. Help us to help Uncle Ogutu to have a brighter future, a better future with a better, not with a better wife, but that is the wife already. So Marwa is already following that script that Davy Jr. had already come up with. It is not like it's something new. It is exact same footprint, except for for Davy Jr.'s script, there was a point where the couple were drunkards fighting each other. But here, that was now the part where Mwita, who was being beaten by the grandma, people were feeling empathetic towards him and all that. And by the way, I saw a video that the audience contributed money for that uncle. Not that uncle, for that Mwita. Money, they contributed money, and they have purchased land that belongs to Mwita. So you see, now they will start now contributing also a house for Mwita, because now Mwita does not belong to that house. Like, that house is the wife's house because it is in the wife's property. Do you see how these Nyabohanse scripts are working, guys? And after Marwa seeing the Mercedes-Benz, that Mercedes-Benz has inspired Marwa immensely, that he's now willing to use his uncle to also try and compete with his younger brother. See if he can also be able to purchase a Mercedes or something better than a Mercedes. What is better than a Mercedes? Probably a Range Rover of higher quality than Mayugno's. You know, Mayugno is a Range Rover, yes, but it's of lower quality. There is those Mayugno's Range Rover costs about 5 million, I think, 5 to 6 million. But now we have Range Rovers that go for 19 million, 46 million and all that. So probably that is what Maro is looking for, because like I said, that family is all about competition. It's about who is going to sell the story more than the other. I'm trying to tap, the screen is going off so that I see if I'm in the frame. I don't want to be recording and I'm like this, yeah. Speaking of, there are some insects on this stone, but it looks like I'm the one that is even provoking these insects. I'm the one who came to their habitat, so I'm the one who is wrong. Anyway, so like I was saying, this script that is being developed by Maro, it is not something that is original, okay? It is a copy-pasted script. Actually, Davy Jr. can sue Marwa for infringement, for copyright infringement. Idea. You copied my idea and you're now going to use my idea as your own idea. Imagine Davy Jr. taking Marwa to court saying, he copied my idea of soliciting funds from the public and now he wants to use my manuscript. Interesting, right? But it's also possible, you know. It is possible. So my general opinion on this is that Marwa needs money, and he needs money desperately, and he can go to any lengths to make sure that he gets that money, no matter what it takes. Even if it means using the family, he will use the family. He does not care. All he cares about is how he's going to get extra funds to facilitate his movements in April. Remember, he promised people that in April he's going to start traveling. He wants to start traveling in April. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense if he starts now contribution of money now through the construction of that house. Remember when Marwa contributed money from Dancing Grandma, okay? It is during Dancing Grandma's house that Marwa was able to purchase a Mercedes Benz. Why don't you all ask yourselves, how do they just purchase cars after a community project? They do something big. After a community project, they do something big. Ask yourself, how is that possible? It is because money is being siphoned. They siphon money from the people. They take money from the people, and they use that money that they have taken from the people to enrich themselves. So all this that they are doing, they know, for the audience, it's all about, oh guys, they want to help people, or they are helping the society. Look at how generous they are. Nah, bruh. Let's not keep on lying to ourselves, bruh. Okay. Anyway, you can lie and lie, but you can lie to your own audience, but you can't fool NT. Not today, not tomorrow. You can't fool me. Okay. Neither can you fool my audience, right? Or am I overrating you? Anyway, that's a joke. Hey, you might find somebody's like, NT, what did you just say? Did you just ask us if you're overrating? No, it's just a joke. It's a banter. Okay. It's a banter. Anyway. What is your take on this whole situation? Is your take as good as mine, or do you think otherwise? Or am I not even thinking? Am I overthinking? If I'm also overthinking, you can just share your thoughts. Feel free to share your thoughts. Tell me what you think about this whole situation, because for me, that is how I can conclude that is the situation. Guys, look at the sun is setting. So that is how, for me as NT, I conclude that scenario. I think all this is just nothing but one of their very many strategies that they have been using into getting money from people, into soliciting funds from people, so that they don't starve. I think they know, actually they've figured that money, there is a lot of money in donations, there is a lot of money in these charity projects, than there is a lot of money in just other normal videos of showing grass. Okay, otherwise, why do you think Marwa is partaking that project? Why is Marwa so insisting of wanting to construct a house for his own uncle, and saying he's been helping strangers, and now it is time for him now to look after his own family? If Maro wanted to look after his family, he could have done it to Uncle Mo. He could have done it not just to Uncle Mo, but also to the other uncle. I'm trying to wipe myself so that I live. But also to the other uncle who was kicked out. Do you remember the uncle that came out and cried that Davy Jr. took money, used him to get money from the audience, and then after he got money from the audience, he abandoned him, kicked him. Actually, I think up to now as we're speaking, the uncle was kicked out of Nyabohanse completely. I think he was banned from Nyabohanse. Davy Jr.'s family, they banned their own uncle from trying to come back to that family ever again, because he disgraced them. Yes, so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue enjoying this beautiful scenery. Like I said, today I just want to show you guys the scenery around this place. So, as I was saying, Marwa knew this from the beginning. He knew he's going to do this for his uncle, but he has been trying to see how he can bring this topic, or rather this conversation, in a way that people will not be able to suspect him. So because he knew that if he just brings that conversation just randomly, of course people will be suspicious. I remember there was a time when his uncle brought some controversies. That was when Mr. Cecil Bogle, for those people that know Mr. Cecil Bogle, there was a random time that this guy, what he did was that he brought about something that, okay, I just seen some cops here and they're looking at me like, yeah, they're police officers and they're coming from drinking alcohol, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Those people that I have just met there. Oh, no, I haven't met them, but I didn't want to show their faces. Looking at me, I think they think that I'm here to investigate them. Damn this camera, man. Oh my goodness, damn this camera. So they are police officers. I know them as cops, and they know me, and they've looked at me and then they rushed very fast to go so that we don't meet eye to eye. Those two, I don't know if they can be seen on the background. No, unfortunately no. So sorry guys for getting you out of the topic. I'm sorry, I'm outside the topic, but yeah, I had to talk about it. Those two people, they are police officers, and these sides there is a home that sells alcohol, illegal alcohol, and I don't know, let me use this route. It is not the normal route that I usually use. The road to the farm where we've planted crops is there. It's just 1 minute away, but I've decided to explore this route. So those guys are police officers, number one, but they're coming from an alcoholic den. There are very many places here that illegal alcohol is being sold, and it's funny because some of these people are selling this alcohol to these police officers, and the police officers are the ones that are buying this alcohol, right? They're the ones that are buying this alcohol, and they are main customers, you understand, for these families that sell this illegal or illicit brews. Let me take you up to one compound. Oh my god, how this conversation has turned into an alcohol investigation. Anyway, it's because that police officers ran away from me, like they know me, and they also know that I'm the only person who has a camera in this town, and they know what I do. So when they saw me, they ran to hide so that I don't capture them with my camera. That is how this conversation came about. Yeah. Well. So which route should I use? Let me use this one. That one is also a route, but I'm using this one deliberately. Okay, back to our initial conversation. Back to reaction videos, guys. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for diverting this story into something else. And this is where our farm is, and I think somebody is stealing our veggies or something, or is it theirs? I think it's our veggies. Guys, I swear to you, somebody is stealing our veggies. Somebody is stealing our veggies. Yeah. Habari zenu? Mbona mnachuna mboga hapo?
Tunachuna ni wenyeji.
Kweli? Wewe ndio mama mwenyewe hapa?
Mimi ndio mwenye hapa.
Oh. So bado hii pia ni yako?
Unikumbuka ile wakati tukimwagilia maji hapa.
Oh.
Kulikuwa na msichana fulani hapa. Tena ulikuwa na hii kamera.
Oh, nimekukumbuka.
Anachukua watu video.
Nimekumbuka.
Unaona sasa unakuja kuuliza wenyewe.
Nimeona, nimekukumbuka. Nimedhani ni mwizi juu nimesikia huku wezi ni wengi sana. Aja serious.
By the way
Huku
hizi mboga zina survive huko aje juu hii area naijua. Wezi wako.
wengi sana. Ni sawa, but nimekumbuka huyo mama, nimemkumbuka. Okay. They're not thieves. They're not thieves. So this is our veg. I'm saying that because all this is our veggies, guys. That is why I'm concerned. When I saw her, and I think I had not seen her face, but I had to remember. These are all our veggies. Okay. These are our veggies that we planted, and yeah, that is how the veggies look like. As you can see, doing pretty well, especially these ones. The kales are doing well, but these ones, they're not doing so well as we had expected, which is very, very unfortunate. Damn it. I don't know. We've done everything that we can. This one is, you can see, it's not doing well. Let me just say it. Let me put it that way. Oh, relax. I'm going back to reaction. I know somebody's like, Auntie, what are you doing now? You are out of the conversation. This was a reaction video. Why are you talking about vegetables? Anyway, I want to find a place, sit, and then finish this reaction video. All these are our veggies, guys. All these are our veggies. You understand? All this, we sell them to some locals here. Now I have to look for a proper place where I can where there's lighting. Okay, sawa. So these ones are the younger ones in the block. They're barely 2 weeks old. I have even forgotten. I've forgotten the name. These ones are the latest vegetables that we just planted. All right. I'm looking for somewhere to sit so that I can finish my reaction video. Oh yes. Oh guys. Yes, we're back. I'm sorry about that. But I know it has pissed off some people, like, yeah, until we want this reaction video. Okay, I think